Hey, hey, how's it going? So, I decided, whoa, what's that? What happened? Oh, no, I don't know what that was. Okay, well, anyway, I decided to use my tripod today. Okay, now that'll work. So I pulled two cards from just one card from the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck. This beauty right here. And it is the number 34 card, Lay of the Land, and the subtitle is Ancestral Wisdom. There's a person standing on the top there doing some kind of something. Look at the arms are up in the air. Whoa, a little too close. See the arms up in the air? Is that in focus? I can't tell. My eyesight is not. There we go. You can see they are like hailing the moon. Hello? Really excited about the full moon. Although, that's interesting that it's not really moonlight, huh? It's kind of like a fire sky or something. They don't appear to be bothered by any kind of heat situation. And the land here in the foreground, where's my indicator? Oh goodness, there's a mess. Whoa. Whoa, I didn't know that would do that. Good to know. There it is. These discus deals here, I almost feel like, you ever seen these places? They're like a resort. Sometimes you'll see this at a resort, and other times you won't. But I want to talk about when you see them at a resort. I mean, not a resort. Because, wow. Because I'm feeling like it's ancient, and you can, I guess it works at a resort too, because the idea is to, I'm looking at it like almost like a little maze that you walk, but there's some sort of therapeutic or informative value you get from taking the walk, or maybe both. You attain some type of information, and maybe you read it or something, and you get some that way. But it's all about being in the place where these are, and then if you can imagine a sort of a track, because I'm thinking they're pretty big. So a person could do some little laps or a little labyrinth or something like that. But I'm thinking of a thing where you go and you are taking this walk and you're in a really contemplative state, meditative, and you're open, your senses are open in a certain way, because the location can have effects on you. That's a true thing. Really old places, or I guess where something really, where was that place in Pompeo, where the people, I guess I would think the gases knocked them out. I mean, I don't know. Although I don't know how, dying from a live volcano that you're, at the foot of, or on the slope of. I don't know. I don't know what that's like. I imagine poison gas and heat and hot rock of various stages of gas, liquid, firm, flying around, and fire. Low levels of oxygen right in the area, because either it's poisonous and you can't breathe it, or the fire's eating it. So probably a little earthquaking. It doesn't sound pleasant. And then if you've seen those people, they seems like they had a moment to go, oh, this is going to happen, because there's people like embracing, but they're kind of postured like, well, I mean, you know, they're thousands of years old, so, and they got cooked, so they're like probably constricted that too, but you can almost see their faces, like they have a death rate this, but you can almost see that they had it before death, because it's just so scary and uncomfortable. Wow. How did I get here? Oh, so places that have like a place memory that is strong enough hundreds or thousands of years later to affect people that visit there that are sensitive to that type of thing. I haven't been anywhere that I know of I probably have. I mean, everywhere has really old places where stuff happened. The only place that I know that there's just something different about being there for an extended amount of time that is different from anywhere else I've ever lived is San Francisco. And, well, oh my God, not the San Francisco of today. I could never live there. It's so expensive. But let's say like in the 90s, that's when I lived there. So, and other times, but I lived there for the longest extended period in the 90s. So, but one thing I always noticed, and I always said this not even really understanding it, it was like pretty woo-woo for someone who was not even thinking about that when I said it, but it always, like that particular latitude and longitude, like that geographical spot just screws me up. It can be like really good and euphoric, but it has a tendency to just dive bomb like every time. Although I must say every time there was a partner involved, but I did not make good choices. I mean, I didn't make terrible choices, but I basically just was like a lamb led to slaughter. Basically, emotionally. Like, I was not ready. I'm still not ready for that kind of treatment. So, and if it wasn't that, like, just some other thing would come along, you're floating and everything's great, like you got the job and you got a cool place and your friends are cool and you got cool places to hang out and you're doing cool stuff, and something just goes to poo. Like, I don't know what it is, except that I think it's that particular place. I mean, I lived in Oakland just across the bay, and none of that happened to me. But I wasn't there that long, but stuff was happening to people all around me, but nothing bad was happening to me. It's like San Francisco, I don't know. So, anyway, oh my God, I can't believe I just took that long talking about that. Okay, yeah, so, oh my God. The old places that are vibrating some kind of thing from all of in the case of like the volcano I was talking about, all of the people that had full-on lives there, like generations, travelers that came in and out, like a lot of human footprints and just lives emanating into the area. And then to have something that drastic and that like life-changing happen, life-ending happen, and that you can still look at today and just be, I don't even know, I don't know if I have a word for that, bonkered by it. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna put that aside for now. And the other card I pulled was from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck, and it is the Cosmic Egg. And oh, that's funny, I pulled one of these spirit cards 2 days in a row. So these are a little different from the other cards from this deck, because they're usually, they go with like an air, earth, fire, water theme, and they're animals. And so, well, this is still an animal, same deck, but the icon at the top represents spirit. So I'm just gonna explain that better by reading what the book has to say. You have to read it when it's the right way up, though, about Cosmic Egg. And I think that's the first one. These. See, that's why it's the spirit one. But I will. Oh, it's not the first one. I thought it was the first one. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Where the heck is it? I thought it was near the front. I was mistaken. There's not that many at this end of the book. It's like closing, coming to an end. So I think that's the last one, isn't it? Nope. You'd think I'd never seen this book before. That would not be true. So here we go. Cosmic Egg. Completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite. The Cosmic Egg is the final card in the journey of the Animal Spirit deck, and it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. This state emerges after we have tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace, we experience self-realization. A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arises within us, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted. When the essence of the Cosmic Egg has not been activated, we may feel as if we will never get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others. Even if our encounter with this card itself is brief, even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer or flash of interconnectedness. Now, see, I screwed it up by stumbling. Anyway. Oh, shoot. There's a comma there. And no apostrophe there. Okay. Its potent energy stays with us. I gotta try that again. That was a mess. That was a long-ass sentence, though. It's almost a whole pair. Okay. When the essence of the Cosmic Egg has not been activated, we may feel as if we will never get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others. Oh, okay. There was another sentence. Period. Even if we encounter with this card, even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer or flash of interconnectedness, its potent energy stays with us. The Cosmic Egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. Wow. It's through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. Whoa. Oh, at the beginning, dash, we hold on to life, and life holds on to us. the journey is complete, but it does not end. Well, that last bit there, the journey is complete, but it does not end. That is something to keep in mind when, because, I always talk about that birth contract business, and like you're doing something before you're here, so life is not what we think it is. But that makes it easier for me to it works fine with reincarnation, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So, like, this life may end, but we will go back to the before this life. That's like a cycle, like a reincarnation cycle. Because I guess we do it a lot. And we don't necessarily come back here. There's lots of other places to go, and I guess we do. So, I just thought that was interesting. And also, it talks about the fragmentation of modern life. And it's so weird. I've been thinking about just sort of the entropy of, like, America right now as fragmenting. But, why did I close that? I wasn't done. Oh, it opened to the right page. Yay. But the fragmenting, when I was thinking about it, God, this is kind of weird. Hi, my brain. I don't know what I was doing, but I was sitting, just, I don't know, zoning out or something, but just generally thinking about, like, the situation here. I probably had the YouTube going, so, I had, like, this visualization of buildings, just, like, movie style, like, just fragmenting into bits and just sort of drifting off into the wind. But it wasn't just the buildings, it was like everything and everybody. So, like, that was weird. It wasn't, like, painful or anything. Oh my God, like that volcano thing I was talking about. But or like the snap in Marvel's Endgame. But it just kind of, like, ends, and you're just, like, in mid-step, and you just all crumble, float, you're gone. But, what comes from ashes? Oh, look, I got one right here. And I still didn't finish reading about the cosmic egg, but I'll get there. Where is it? Come on, it's right at the beginning. We talked about it. One of these, a phoenix. That's like reincarnation too. Sink. Whoa. Don't go crazy. So it's interesting that it talked. Oh, I didn't finish reading it. Come on, brain, kick in. You're like halfway through. Okay, that's not the right one. Gotta find it again. Oh, there it is. Here's the rest of it. The cosmic egg and the seventh chakra. The subtle essence of the cosmic egg resides in the crown chakra at the top of the head, called Sahasrara. One of the aims of yoga and meditation practice is to channel energy from the base of the spine upward toward Sahasrara. You try to pronounce it. Each of the 6 lower chakras plays an important role along the journey. And once the final epicenter of consciousness is activated, it is said to radiate the light of 1,000,000 suns. So, when I am concentrating on channeling energy from the base of my spine to the top of my head, I'm usually meditating. And that 1,000,000 suns thing kind of reminded me of that fragmentation I was talking about. And look at the line drawing there. That could be like little fragments too. But, soil for one thing, is not necessarily damaged by like ashes from a wildfire. It does things with the soil that, it ends up being cooperative. And I think, oh my God, don't go there. Just stop. Okay, that felt great. Oh, I know what I was going to talk about. So, it talked about, shoot. Let me find that again. Because, I had a day. I've had like a 4-day with, doing it probably at the worst possible time, because I know it sounds silly to some people, but when Mercury is in retrograde, one of the things they specifically advise you not to do, if you can avoid it, is stuff involving contracts. So it just was a 4-day process of, not including like not business day, weekend days in there and whatever. It was just it just felt like it took a really long time, but it really was like a 4-day thing. But it should not have taken that long. Part of it was my technical inability. Part of it was in one part of this situation, the people that I was talking to, like, it was on their end that the issue was there was literal communication or miscommunication happening for like an hour before we both realized, like, oh, that is not what you were saying. And I'm like, yes, that is not what I meant, what you think I said. So it was, talking over chat is challenging. But in the end, I got through it all. I could have handled myself better, but I didn't scream at anyone. So, listen, I had to call like the place that sells the item in question, and it's like a thing to get in the door, I guess, anywhere anymore. You can't just call a place, you gotta like sign in. And I'm like, well, what if you're just new? Sign in to what? And then they don't give you the option, and you're just like, what kind of store is this? You don't want business? I don't understand. That's my life lately. So I didn't want to have to go to the store though. And I didn't have to. I thought I was gonna have to. I just called. But when I do something like that, it is because I've already exhausted everything that I know how to do. When you're doing something that starts going wrong, you get prompts, so I follow the prompts. Or I'll just ask a question if I don't get like the right information. You have to really not like work. You have to work around and search for stuff, and you have to, if you want, it's like one of those cases, if you want it done right, you got to do it yourself. So that's what it was like. But that's not what I normally do. In fact, I've made a point of not doing stuff like that as much as possible. And then the item is sort of like beyond me technically in a lot of ways. But with help at a person at one of those stores, I did get through it. It took, I can't believe how long it took. But that's been it, like every day that I've been doing this, whatever stage of the way it was with this, like every step of the way has been challenging. So, then when I first called, I've already exhausted like everything that I know how to do. I've asked everyone I can ask. I've searched every search bar that I could think of a question to try and get the answer from. And the first person that answered the phone asked me what was wrong. And I told them, and as I told the story more, I was getting more excited, and a curse word got in there. And she said, I'm not going to mimic the accent. They said, okay, I will help you, but you need to calm down. And I just hung up, which that is a victory for me, because don't tell somebody mad to calm down. Don't you know that? And then that was a woman I was talking to, so I'm sure she knows. She may not get like me, but I know she's like, no one wants to be told. The way she said it, she could have said it better. You need to calm down. I had so many fucks in my mouth the last 4 days. I just hung up because she was gonna get it. Well, I mean, I'm really making the effort not to just allow myself to give in to the urge to just unleash on people. Because it wasn't as bad as it is now when I worked in like retail, but I did it for years, and it wasn't great fun then. So the way it is now, I'm highly cognizant, not just because of that. Like, I don't want to be like a out of control nut job either. But I have gotten feral just being in here with a cat and just mostly talking to myself, and one of these things, something with a screen, you get a little bit unsocialized. And also and when I say you, I mean me, you just don't want to wait around for other people to, like, when I want to do something, I just go do it. And, if I'm able to do what I aim to go do, then boom, boom, it's done quick. Like, I'm not screwing around taking forever to do it, And I know that here's the thing. When you work somewhere, and I guess they give them some kind of script, because they all talk like Moonies or something, some kind of cult, but there's all these pleasantries, and by the time I'm calling people to ask for help, organizations, I'm like right on the edge, because everything I've tried to do myself has failed. I am frustrated. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, have a nice day. Okay, we did that. Like, but not every exchange and conversation that's spent in, okay, I'll do my best to do the thing that you need me to do. Okay, thanks. You're welcome. We're so glad you're a valued customer. Don't say anything. Are you there? Yes, I'm here. Oh, good. We're going to get right on that. This team is doing this and that and the other thing. I'm like, if you were not here talking to me, you could go be doing whatever needs to be done to fix the thing that I'm calling about. See, I'm getting wound up, and there's not even a real case happening right now. But that's how it is for me, though. So I don't want to be that way. I mean, I'm just saying, if I'm doing it, it needs to get done. It doesn't need to wait like another week or something. So that's why I just go ahead, knowing that I'm irritated. And a lot of times, people don't have to know that I'm irritated, but most times it doesn't take 4 days to do 3 things. So, I got through it, but then I got the item, and the item was challenging, and that took more phone calling. Or did I already say this part? What I'm getting at is that I managed to get through it. I did not hide the fact that I was frustrated, but I didn't direct it at anybody. That is not what I want to do. Like, that's why I hung up on that woman, because people always say you don't know what that person has been going through, and I don't know what that person has had to endure with people coming in, but I just had the thought, like, I never received that kind of consideration. But they should understand too, like, if someone calls and they're already upset, like, don't antagonize them more, dingbat. Because you know what, I hung up and I waited a little while, about 10 minutes, and I was a little calmer, but just a little. Like, I was still upset and wanting to get it done. So I got a gentleman this time, or a dude, whatever, and he was a real stalwart guy, because he knew I was mad. Like, you know, he knew. But he was able to like laugh about it, like not make me madder. Amazingly, like he was able to like talk me down. So we got it done. Still took a long time, but and I still like got frustrated, not at him though, but just at like what was happening, you know. And there was some confusion. There was a lot of, like, everyone I talked to just assumed it was something I was doing, but I made a couple of errors over, like today I started at about 8 o'clock in the morning, and it was 3 p.m. when I finally finished with everything. So that's like a whole work day, and I didn't get paid a penny. So, that guy, like, bravo. And we were still friendly. We had gotten friendly by the end. But I'm just relating that, and I don't know, like, maybe I should be embarrassed, but I'm working on it. Like, at least I'm dragging my dirty laundry out and trying to get it, you know, ship shape, get it in order. So, just, I guess, something to keep in mind, or to remember, because I think everybody already knows all of those things about us and each other. And, well, I mean, those of us that, you know, care if they do that to people, like how you make people feel, you know, and there's always the higher vibration of, like, just, you know, notice it and witness, and don't react to it. Like, don't get involved. Don't, you know, just stay out of it, basically. And that's probably a good policy. But everybody, like, since COVID especially, I think that at least made people realize some things, like some equalizing things, where you just are like it was happening to everybody, and everyone, well, that was the thing. Like, I thought it was cool. Well, I lived this way, that we were forced to sort of be alone with ourselves and our feelings, and there was like less stimulus to distract us. Remember when all the animals came back out into the world, and the air was so beautiful and clean? Like, people were stressing out about rent and, you know, where to get items, like supplies, food to, you know, nuts and bolts, A to Z, or soup to nuts, whatever. Neither of those phrases, they're antiquated. They're dated. You know, anyway, like, I thought it was great. I could just feel how much calmer everyone was, and people, when they weren't complaining about what they didn't have at the moment, I think felt better. I think felt better about each other. And then we came out of it and went, boy, did we double and triple down. I was just gonna say we went back to being horrible or awful or whatever to each other, but wow, we were like, oh, we were nice and lazing around and being all kind and helpful and liking each other. I feel like that's what happened. Oh wait, that happened to me too. Whoops. Just trying to be self-aware. Thank you and good night.